Alright, what's up YouTube? It's the Ville Outdoors here. Today is Sunday, September 8th, and it is about 6:30, 6:40 in the morning right now, and I am here in Downingtown, and I am fishing the Brandywine Creek. I've never fished this creek in my life before, so I'm not really sure what to expect, but that is what we are doing this morning. And just had my first hit of the day, probably just a little sunfish. But yeah, I don't know what's in this creek at all. I know they stock it with trout, but I don't know when they last stocked it or if there are any trout left in here. So that should be an interesting exploration. Whether we can find one today or not, I don't know. But even though it's about 60 degrees outside, I have to wear a jacket. I'm going to be wading this creek. I don't have a whole lot of time, so we're going to have to make the most of the time that we have and see if we can catch some fish. But stay tuned. Hopefully we can catch some fish for you guys. Guys, if you guessed that the water was going to be cold, you were 100% correct. It is frigid, and I mean frigid. So the water is actually kind of deep right now too. It's almost up to my knees already, and I only walked about 5 feet into the creek, so it should be an interesting fishing session. Hopefully it doesn't get too deep, or else we're going to be in some trouble. I don't know what that's fish. There we go. First one of the day. It is a fall fish, of course. Can't get away from these things. So there's our first fish of the day. Little fall fish. Gonna go ahead and photograph this guy since I never caught a fish out of the Brandywine before. So there's evidence that I caught a fish out of the Brandywine. Cool stuff. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and release our fall fish here. That fish fell for the Berkley Gulp Minnow in a emerald shiner color. Gonna go ahead and fix our rig and we'll get back in there. Alright guys, second fish come up. Guess what it is? Another fall fish. There you go. This one's a bit fatter than the last one. He's been eating well. Let's unhook him. There he is. Little fall fish. And back into the water he goes. I was hoping this would be a multi-species fishing session and not a fall fish fishing session, but hopefully something else comes up. Guys, we've done the impossible. We caught something other than a fall fish. Right here, species number 2 for today. We got ourselves a little red breast sunfish. Not as big as the one you saw in my last video, but something other than a fall fish, so that's good. There you go. There's our little red breast sunfish. Go ahead and let him go. Alright guys, as my feet and hands grow increasingly numb, I'm going to walk over to this bank over here. I'm going to make a switch to the trout magnet, because in these low light conditions, early morning, I want something with a little more pop to it that's going to grab the fish's attention a little bit more. Looks like we got some slow moving current up here, so it could hold some pretty nice fish. But alright, so I just switched up to this black and chartreuse trout magnet, and this is one of my personal favorite colors to catch fish in all types of conditions, because you got a little bit of that natural and you got a little bit of that pop too. Water looks pretty shallow right here. I might hit some pockets on the other side there, but we're just gonna walk the creek some more and find some fish. Alright, we got another fall fish. This is all I've seen so far. Nothing of any significance. No sunfish, no smallmouth, no trout. There's another fall fish. Turn it into a fall fish type day real quick. Guys, I'll give you a hint on what fish number, 4 or 5 is. Can you guess? I'll give you a hint. It's what the past 3 fish have been, or 4, whatever it is now. Oh, it's dripping ooze. These fall fish like secrete and ooze when they're hooked to like deter the predators from eating them, give them like a foul taste in their mouth. It's not fun to get on your hands. So now I rinse my hands in the water. My hands are just increasingly cold. Oh, just had another bite. Probably another fall fish. Don't know what those 2 fish are, but they got like, they're brown with like black stripes. It's weird. Guys, I don't know if you see this, but way down there, there's 3 deer in the creek right now. It's kind of hard to see for you guys because that's pretty far away, but for me, they're like maybe a little less than a football field away from me, and they're looking right at me. They probably think I'm stupid. There are 1, 2, and 3, 2 does, and it looks like younger deer, like a fawn that was just born this spring. Very cool stuff. Don't get to see that every day. Don't get to see that sitting at home either. Our 3rd species for the day, little bluegill. Not a bad sight to see when I've been catching fall fish every 5 seconds. At least we're catching fish though, I can't complain about that. Even though 90% of them have been fall fish. Not bad fishing session so far. Let's see what we got here. Got another fish for the day, and it is a hybrid sunfish. What do we got here? This looks like it's got some green sunfish in it. Either green sunfish or pumpkin seed. I'm thinking green sunfish though because of the mouth size. Probably green sunfish hybrid. But bluegill and green sunfish hybrid. Nice catch. Got a few parasites on it, but pretty little fish. Go ahead and drop her in. There's a tire over there that has some fish on it. Targeting abnormal structure. It's always a good way to find fish in these creeks. Let's see if there's another one on it. Oh, something just grabbed it and spit it out. Let's see if thumb strikes twice. Nope, they're a little smarter. Even though that's a fall fish and I can probably catch it if I throw another cast at it. Oh, there's a fish. Except it's not our fall fish. What is this? It's a bluegill. There you go. Nice little bluegill. Go ahead back into the creek. The redbreast are getting a bit bigger in size. Just caught this one off of the left side when 98% of the fish were coming up on the right side. Nice little redbreast there. He's a little pale in color, but gonna go ahead and unhook him. Let's see. Don't take my trout magnet. Alright, got our trout magnet back. There's your fish. And off he goes. Guys, fish on. I can't imagine what it could be. Oh, it's a smallmouth. It's a smallmouth. No way. First smallmouth of the day. I could have swore this thing was a fall fish. Alright, let's get a hand on him so he doesn't come loose. It's hooked just on the side of the mouth. Nice little creek smallmouth. Let's get a photo of this guy and send him back. First smallmouth from the Brandywine. After catching countless fall fish, it feels good to catch that smallmouth right there. Let's go ahead, let him go. All right. Went back over by that tree right there. Cool fish. Alright guys, just caught this little largemouth bass. That is our 5th species of the day. Not the biggest in size, but not a bad catch. We got another Brandywine smallmouth right here. Not a bad fish. If this is the average smallmouth around here, this is bigger than the average smallmouth in Phoenixville. Nice little creek smallmouth right there. He's biting down on my hand as hard as he can. Gonna go ahead and let him go. Oh man, he splashed my shorts. As I have walked pretty far up this creek, I might fish one more spot right up here. Then I'm probably gonna end the video because I don't have too much time left. And then we got a long trek back to the car as usual. It's the only problem about creek waiting by yourself is that you don't have anyone to just pull the car around and pick you up. So I gotta walk back to the car and then go home and eat some breakfast. I'm gonna fish this spot right here by this tree. Looks pretty juicy. Might hold a nice fish or two. And then we'll head on home. Alright, let's see if we got anything in this hole right here. This is just before some current, so might be a fish stacked up here in here somewhere. Oh yeah, we got one on. Let's see what we got here. Looks like a red breast. Yup. Red breast sunfish right there. Nice colors on that guy. Gonna gently unhook him. Let go of my trout magnet, please. Thank you. And off he goes. This trout magnet has taken a beating today. It took one for the team. Let's see how many we can get out of this hole. The trout magnet disappeared again. Fish came off. Nice. Cast number 3. Fish on. Let's see what we got. Another fall fish. Seen enough of these guys today. Probably caught almost 20 of them, if not 20 of them. Cast number 4 into this hole. Anything? No. Cast number 5. Fish on. Another red breast. Alright, I'm gonna fish this stretch a little bit more. I'll let you know if anything cool comes up. If not, that'll be the last fish of the day. Alright guys, that'll be it for today's video. I fished quite a bit. Caught a ton of fall fish. Caught a couple smallmouth. Some decent sized ones for the creek. And caught a couple red breasts, some bluegill. So, not a bad day. Not the greatest day either. But it's not bad for my first time fishing the Brandywine Creek. Only caught 4 species, so we didn't do too good multi-species wise, but in total the amount of fish caught, we probably caught around 30 or so. So not bad for the limited time we had. I'm going to begin my walk back to the car now, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Ville Outdoors.